Welcome to Millennial Milkshake, the podcast where three green meanies revisit, re-experience, and review anything and everything from our childhood. My name is Colin O'Connell, and I was born in 1994.
My name is Josh Sicali, and I was born in 1995.
And my name is Michelle Potter. I was born in 1997.
And Josh, Michelle, I don't know about you, but they say a hero can save us. But I'm not just going to stand here and wait. How awesome would it be if I was just like, we're now reviewing the Nickelback song or the Chad Kroeger song and not the movie?
Oh, God.
Of course, that is the song, reference to the song Hero by Chad Kroeger from Nickelback. That was made specifically for the 2002 film, Spider-Man. Sam Raimi directed, Tobey Maguire starred. Come on, let's talk about this thing.
What a treat. What a treat this is.
And absolutely.
So I have been looking forward to this episode for a long time, and I will be looking forward to the other sequels, but I'm so curious to hear what you guys think, because I feel like I've watched Spider-Man just more times than I should. And sometimes not for the right reasons, you know? But what an enjoyable film. Oh, man.
Yeah. So, Michelle,
Yes.
Do you have any personal history with this movie?
Yeah. I also, as a kid, loved Spider-Man. Loved watching Spider-Man. So I love this movie, and I'm excited to talk about it. I was really excited to watch it again. But yeah, I remember watching this movie also like a lot, probably more than I should have. But like upon rewatch, I remembered it way more than I thought I would. Which probably means I watched it way more than I thought I did, like as a kid. But yeah, Colin?
Yeah, I'm trying to think now because it's very close. This might have been the first superhero movie I'd ever watched. It's probably this or 89 Batman. I'm not sure which one. But I do remember we had somehow illegally gotten our hands on a copy of this movie and burned it onto a CD. We had like a burned copy of this, like before the movie, I think like officially came out, we had like this burned copy of this movie on a CD, and I would put it in our little shitty Dell computer, you know, that probably, there's probably more power in my phone now. And I would watch this movie, and it was probably so pixelated and such poor quality. But I remember sitting down in our basement where our computer was, just watching this movie over and over and over again. And that was like when I was like, oh, that's our copy of Spider-Man. Like, it wasn't a DVD. It was a bootleg copy of the movie. So rewatching it now after such a long time, you know, really, really hits home, you know?
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to briefly touch on, like, in terms of, like, the childhood, the video game, I absolutely loved.
Yes.
Even though you couldn't ever walk on the ground, that's okay. You know?
Yeah, the second one was definitely better.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I never played the second one, and I really wish I had. But honestly, as much of a pain in the ass that was, that you could only just web around in the first one, it was still such a fun game. And I'm trying to remember I can't remember the first superhero movie I watched. For some reason, Batman Forever sticks out in my head. I definitely watched that before I watched 89 Batman. And I think I watched Batman Returns before I watched 89 Batman. But Spider-Man is definitely one of the first. It's either Spider-Man or Batman Forever that I remember.
Yeah, it's definitely a Batman or Spider-Man movie for me. I think I saw Superman a little bit later. And I never really watched the X-Men movies until I got older. But it's funny you bring up the video game, because now I'm remembering that. Do you remember the training level? And it was, I think it's Bruce Campbell, right? That does like the voice. He's like the narrator for it, isn't he?
I can't remember that, but
because he's in the movies.
Yeah, like, so I feel like I remember the training, before you play, like, you're getting, like...
It's in, like, this dark gas thing. I'm pretty sure it's Bruce Campbell who's, like, narrating and, like, giving you, like, your instructions and stuff.
I never realized that. What a weird training that was. Like, it was... you're in this, like, black space in, like, this, like...
There's just, like, a building.
Yeah.
in the middle of it, and you have to
Very
swing to the
weird.
building.
Very weird, but it was so fun. I remember all the villains pretty much. I remember Scorpion in it. He was funny.
Shocker.
Yeah. Shocker was a pain in the ass to fight.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think Vulture's in it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Vulture one was hard too.
Yeah, because he could fly, and you were like swinging around, like you know.
Yeah. Although I'll be honest, I can't remember the end of the game.
I'd assume similar to the ending of the movie.
I know, but I just don't remember playing it. I don't remember like
You fight Green Goblin on the bridge.
which I can't remember.
Really?
I almost don't even know if I beat the game when I was little.
I think you had to knock him off his glider, and then you had to like go up and fight him.
Guys,
Like,
I don't
on
think
the
I
ground.
did that. I don't think I did that. I think I have to play the game again.
Wow.
You do. I don't think I ever played it because like none of that is ringing a bell to me.
What if we reviewed the second video game instead of the movie for next time?
Could we?
Oh, no, we still got to do the movie. We got to do the
Yeah.
movie. We can't leave any of these movies untouched. But let's go more into the movie now. I mean, we kind of like briefed. Michelle, do you have like many? Did you say you have many experiences as a kid watching this?
Yeah. I watched this a lot, I think, and loved it. But yeah, like Batman, I think was my first like superhero movie, and then probably Spider-Man.
I think they're definitely the two, at least for our generation. Obviously, this was way before the MCU, but I think for like our generation, I feel like Batman and Spider-Man are like the two. You know, they're still like the two big ones. You know. And obviously Superman's there too, but this is pre-MCU. This is, you know, kind of when superhero movies are, you know, their own thing, you know, instead of being all tied in.
Yeah, but honestly, Spider-Man isn't like I feel like Spider-Man was more of the bread and butter for like the kids our age. I don't remember people talking about Batman that much as like more so the movies. I remember Spider-Man. That was like the number one, like that was a huge accomplishment for Marvel, which is a shame because like I still remember the other Marvel movies like Daredevil and Fantastic Four, and like there was such a difference.
Ghost Rider. Yeah, there was such a difference in quality with Spider-Man, and even though I might not think it's as good as I used to think it was, I could still see the difference in those movies. So Spider-Man was definitely like what was that big accomplishment until like I think Iron Man like kind of revamped the MCU. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure that there like I'm pretty sure there was a Spider-Man cartoon growing up. But the Batman animated series and the X-Men cartoon, I think, were more like prevalent in pop culture. And like there was definitely there had to have been a Spider-Man cartoon like around that time. But there was the Batman cartoon, there's a Superman cartoon, and I feel like the X-Men cartoon, I feel like those were really big. And then Spider-Man was kind of like the movie, you know, like Spider-Man's on the big screen, you know. Batman is you wake up Saturday morning and you watch Batman. You go to the movie theater to watch Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I like that, and that's the thing. Like, I remember hearing more about Batman in the animated series because that was a big thing in the '90s. Even though that's when all the movies came. Well, most of the movies came out in the '90s. But yeah, Spider-Man was like such a little kid like superhero, and I mean it's my mom's favorite, I think. So I don't know I wonder what it is about Spider-Man that is so like that people gravitate towards more.
Because he's a nerd, and he was written specifically for comic book nerds. That's why he's popular. That's why that character is popular, because he was a nerd. Like, Peter Parker's a nerd, and comic book nerds, like, I'm not using, like, you know, I'm using a general term. Like, this is how, like, the marketing scope would be. You write the character that your readership can identify with, and that's what Peter Parker was. Like, that's why Spider-Man's bigger than Captain America, Mr. Perfect. And
do you think
obviously not now
that's the biggest
necessarily,
reason?
but yeah, I definitely think that's the biggest reason for like all through the comics, because he's the number one Marvel hero, like in the comics, easily.
That's what I read too when I was reading about it. He's the number one, like the top Marvel superhero.
Yeah, your big three are Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. Like those are the three most popular superheroes. Easy. I don't think anything touches them. No, I don't think there's anything like. I guess nowadays you have your Iron Man and your Captain America, but
yeah, but even still,
when it comes to comics,
yeah,
those are the three. Like those are probably the top three selling. X-Men's probably up there too, but
well, I mean, so what do you guys want to go more into like a detailed review later on, or I guess we could do that later on after some of our segments, because we do have a different kind of treat, a new segment coming into Millennial Milkshake, and it's gonna be a section that Josh, myself, is gonna run, and it's gonna be a little game that Colin and Michelle are gonna battle for. So
Ooh, I am
this segment
so excited.
Is gonna be called Cinema Pursuit. So very simple, very easy. It's going to be 10 multiple choice questions. Maybe a few true and false in there, but 10 questions. And if there is a tie, we will have bonus questions to break it up. Now, I do remember Colin had a game where we did odds and evens. Michelle and I picked odd or even, and we get those questions. This, I'm going to do equally, so there will be no piggybacking off of the other's answers. So I will ask the question, and you guys will either type or write whatever letter you think, and you could just show me when I ask for the answers. So, are there any questions before we get started?
So one of us gets to answer the question first?
No. You guys will...
It's just whoever gets it first.
No. No, if you guys both get it right, I'm going to put you down. You both get a point.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so it's not going to be like the literary corner where you like buzz in to answer first.
So, we should write it down, but I think we should also, you should give us a 3, 2, 1 and we say it too. When we show it too.
Yeah, no problem.
Because it is an audio podcast after all.
Yes. Very, very good point.
Very true.
Sometimes I forget that I can only see you guys.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, are we ready?
So ready.
So ready.
Okay. Spider-Man trivia in Cinema Pursuit. Question 1. Willem Dafoe performed what percentage of his stunts? A, 45%, B, 90%, C, 75%, or D, 100%. Take some time.
What was that last one?
D, 100%.
When you count down, do you want us to say the letter or the actual answer?
I don't know. What do you guys think would be easier? Should we do both? Or is that too much to ask for? You guys could.
I think we can say the answer.
Yeah, say the answer, and then I'll just.
Okay, I think I've got it.
Michelle, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, and 3, 2, 1.
90%.
B, 90%.
Yeah.
You both are correct. So we will put.
Yes.
We'll put MC in that.
Sweet.
Question 2. What did Tobey Maguire receive for signing on for 2 more sequels after the first, obviously? A, 13 million, B, 20 million, C, 26 million, or D, 38 million? I will gladly repeat if anyone needs.
That's a lot of money.
Okay. I think I've got mine.
Michelle, are you good too?
Yes.
Okay. That is a lot of paper sounds.
What?
Use a phone. I mean...
What'd you say?
I heard so much crinkling in my eardrum.
It's a single piece of paper.
People are going to hate you.
A single piece is all you need.
You can edit that.
It is just the loudest.
We've established everything stays in.
I'm sorry.
I'm
so sorry.
It's louder than if you crinkled a bag of cereal. That's how.
All right, I'll switch to my phone.
A fucking bag of Cheerios into the mic.
I don't know why I handwrite everything.
No, handwriting's great. All right, guys. Are we ready for answers?
Yeah.
Colin?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
D.
38 million.
You both say D?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is C, 26 million.
Dang it. Toby, you gotta talk to your agent, man. You see that piece of shit, that third one? You need to get more for that, bro.
All right.
So we're tied.
You guys are tied.
We are.
So, question 3. How many pieces was Green Goblin's costume made up of? Yes, these are not going to be the easiest questions. This is not going to be, if you watched it, you know it.
Okay.
Well, that's cool that one of us did research about this and one of us did not.
So interesting.
So, A, 347, B, 625, C, 410, or D, 580.
Okay.
We have one ready.
All right, I'm ready.
We have 2. And 3.
Actually-
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm ready. It's
What?
fine.
Oh.
What?
Oop.
You guys ready?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
B,
A.
625.
Ooh, it's some different answers. Colin says B, 625, and Michelle says A, 347. The answer is D, 580 pieces.
Damn it.
I thought it was either going to be the highest or the lowest. Such a random ass number.
I'm sorry, guys. I just didn't want these to be
Hold on.
entirely
Hold on.
easy.
Does Willem count as a piece?
Ooh, that's interesting. So 581. All right. This one's a good one, I think. Question 4. Which of these actors were considered for the role of Peter Parker? A. Jake Gyllenhaal. B. Josh Hartnett. C. Freddie Prinze Jr. Or D. Elijah Wood.
Got it.
I also got it.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we both know it.
3, 2, 1, show.
A,
C.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh.
No, I have
Ooh,
C.
Colin says A, and Michelle says C. The answer is C. Freddie Prinze Jr.
What?
Yeah, that
I
was
could have
crazy.
sworn I read somewhere that Gyllenhaal was
you.
considered. Because it was like a thing when he got cast in the new one.
Well, there was a lot of people considered. Like Leonardo DiCaprio was one of them.
Yeah.
So he could have been considered.
Well, it wasn't listed, and they listed like five,
Yeah,
like
I
five
also-
actors.
Yeah, I didn't see Jake Gyllenhaal.
Which I tried to look if he was. So if you guys find it, you can fact check me, Colin. You can.
I could have sworn. Do I get a point if I can prove it?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
shouldn't have told me that. now we're surfing the web for the next 20 minutes so Colin can find an answer. Well, it sucks because if I search Jake Gyllenhaal Spider-Man, it's the new one's just gonna the Far From Home's just gonna come up.
Well, tough luck, kid.
Wait, Jake Gyllenhaal almost playing Spider-Man. It's the first result. I swear to God.
Let me see. What's going on here? In Spider-Man 02?
I don't know. I'm looking at this video. It says Jake Gyllenhaal and almost playing Spider-Man.
For Spider-Man 2, it says.
What do you mean? They recast Tobey?
Yeah, did you read the article?
I'm looking at a YouTube video. I'm not reading shit. I don't read things.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Oh, fuck. Jake Gyllenhaal was rumored to be in the running to take over the role of Peter Parker in 2004 Spider-Man 2 after star Tobey Maguire injured himself. This is some bullshit.
That's great. You see, I just picked Jake Gyllenhaal. I thought he would be a good one to throw in there.
I am playing this game under protest because
Wow.
that is
Sorely.
ridiculous that he was considered for the role. It's the same role.
Different film.
It's the same role. That character is the same character.
If this was Spider-Man 2 trivia, you'd be right on.
You'd be a shoo-in, but it is not.
Question 5.
This is highway robbery.
Who was offered the role for Green Goblin before Willem Dafoe?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
We have A. Tommy Lee Jones, B. Robert De Niro, C. Rafe Fiennes or Ralph Fiennes, if that's what you know him better as, D. Adrian Brody, or E. All of the above. Take your time, guys.
Why would he throw in all of the above?
It's tricky. It's very tricky.
I like Colin's eyes squinted right when he heard E. Oh.
I don't think one of them would be considered. I shouldn't share my process. Why am I sharing it?
Yeah, let me know if you guys need me to repeat any of them.
Yes, please.
A. Tommy Lee Jones, B. Robert De Niro, C. Rafe Fiennes, D. Adrian Brody, E. All of the above.
Okay.
Michelle, are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1, show.
I'm going to go
Robert De Niro.
A. Tommy Lee Jones.
B. Robert De Niro.
Fuck. I knew Adrian Brody. Like, that seemed off. So that took out E for me right away.
Yeah, I was trying to think of one, like a good one. I didn't want to do too many of the ones that were actually like.
I was thinking Tommy Lee Jones because he was Two-Face, and I thought maybe that was like the studio was like, let's get Tommy Lee Jones, but they were like, nah, he was Two-Face, so they kind of backed off of him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, this will be a good one to throw in.
Second of all, Robert De Niro as Green Goblin in this movie makes it very different.
That would be hilarious.
So different.
So funny.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Question 6. How much did this movie cost to promote? A. $30 million. B. $45 million. C, 15 million, or D, 60 million?
Okay. Got an answer.
Okay, yeah.
Good. Right. 3, 2, 1, show.
D,
30
60
mil.
million.
The answer is A, 30 million.
Yes.
What the fuck? How do you
go.
know this?
I'm winning.
So my thought process with that is isn't the rule you double the budget like to find out what like how much you have to make back, right?
Wait, say that again?
Isn't like the rule is in order to find out if a movie broke even or not, you double the budget and whatever the budget is, because the budget is like they lie about their budget for the movies, or they don't lie, but they don't include like advertising in it for the most part.
Oh, did they not?
No, that's just like the budget of production, I think. So when you take in the box office score, you're supposed to double the budget, and then you see like that's how much profit they like. Obviously, there's different things like theater deals and stuff, but that's why I went high with it.
Yeah, I actually don't know I don't know the process too much, but I'm sorry, Colin.
Yeah, it says the budget.
Wasn't it like 120?
Yeah, 140, like 139.
Well, question 7. What was the first scene filmed? A, when Peter comes home from the field trip after being bit. B, when Peter is drafting costume sketches. C, the Thanksgiving dinner scene. Or D, J. Jonah Jameson's first appearance reading the Spider-Man headlines.
When you say drafting costume sketches, do you mean the whole sequence, or just like him in the room?
Him in the room.
Isn't there like a whole? Okay.
Yeah. There's like a whole montage of like the sketches, but
Yeah. Okay. I have an answer.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, Josh. I also have an answer.
Cool. All right. 3, 2, 1, show.
I'm gonna go
A.
B, costume.
The answer is A, when he comes home and passes out on his bedroom floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Mm-hmm. The whole scene when he's with Aunt May and Uncle Ben, too? And then he goes upstairs? Or just the part when he goes to his room and falls?
I'm pretty sure it's the bedroom scene.
Well, that changes my answer, because my whole thought process was they would film the first scene with just because of the way actor schedules go, probably with just Tobey. So when you said the first, I was thinking you meant with Uncle Ben and Aunt May when he comes in and everything too.
All right, you know what? I wasn't clear. I was not clear.
Fucked.
Give him a point.
No, I don't want a pity point. I just want everyone to know that I'm not a colossal idiot, that I was thinking these through.
Well,
that
see,
that I have a process.
I knew that either of those would be considered because it's just him in the bedroom. Now, I guess I could have written that a little better. Like I could have said when he had like a fever and he like passed out on his floor. Mm-hmm. But I thought that would be like that.
Yeah, because there was no way the Thanksgiving scene with all those actors was the first scene. There's zero chance. And there's also zero chance that basically a cameo of, he's in how many scenes? He's like in 2 or 3 scenes. There's no way that was the first thing filmed, right?
No, that could be. They could get those scenes like out of the way.
I feel like his casting came later in the process.
Probably.
Right?
All right, well, I'm sorry, Colin.
They had to have casted Tobey and Willem and James and Kirsten well before they cast JK.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Question 8.
Fucking Jake Gyllenhaal.
Let's go.
J.K. Simmons is wearing a wig and a fake mustache for his role. True or false?
A wig and a fake mustache.
Yep.
So both.
Both.
Okay, I've got an answer.
Michelle?
Yeah, I have an answer.
3, 2, 1, show.
True.
False.
The answer is true.
What the fuck? I thought that mustache was real, bro.
Nope.
Bruh.
It was a false mustache.
That mustache ain't real.
Yeah, the
mustache ain't real, bruh.
The wig seemed fake, but I thought I would get it on a technicality that he maybe had a wig and a real mustache.
Yeah. I was trying to trick you a little bit.
Well, I got tricked. I've gotten tricked this entire sequence.
Colin, you were starting off real hot.
I have one right. I can't wait for Michelle's trivia fact where she tells us, hey, did you know that J.K. Simmons wore a wig and a fake mustache?
I know. I'm wondering how many of these
Just so everyone's aware, I am not a Spider-Man genius. I did research for The More You Know and for our history and may have come across close to all of these.
Oh, God. Okay.
Or just like briefly saw them, and I'm trying to dig that memory
What
out.
number question is this?
We are on number 9.
I should get 5 points for each one I get right, and Michelle should only get 1.
Well,
if she gets it right.
It's fine.
We're gonna have to better orchestrate this next time, Michelle.
We need to balance this.
Or maybe every time we do a movie, maybe we just don't do fun facts because these are kind of fun facts.
Yeah. I think you could just do the trivia because these are all great, like fun facts.
I think it's funnier if Michelle continues to do fun facts and I just get mad.
Yeah, but
that's also good.
All right. Then Michelle just stays off the IMDb page, and that's my area.
Okay, fair.
I'm gonna research the shit out of movies from now on. You don't even fucking know.
All right, question 9.
I'm going to learn everything there is to know about Blank Check.
The majority of this film was shot in New York City. True or false? Sorry. A, true. B, false.
I
was putting a T or an F.
Okay.
Do you want to do an A or B?
No, either or.
Got it.
Michelle, you good?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, show.
False.
False.
The answer is false. I think that was more of an easy one for you guys.
Ain't none of that filmed in New York.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure some of them.
shot in LA, right?
Yeah, I think
Mostly.
only some of it was shot in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think The Amazing Spider-Man was shot mostly in New York. Or Amazing Spider-Man 2. One of those two. I think Amazing Spider-Man 2 was majority was shot in New York.
Was Spider-Man 2 the sequence with the train that very much exists in New York? Was that shot in New York?
Probably not.
They stopped the whole subway.
Yeah, Tobey really had to stop the whole subway.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Final question. And maybe I'll throw a bonus question in there because I have a couple of those that were,
Yeah,
backup.
because Michelle really needs to widen her lead here. She really needs to pad it.
Well, some of them might be questions Michelle couldn't have researched.
I have 2. I'm pretty sure I have 2.
All right, we'll do one bonus question to see if Colin can get a point.
Okay.
Okay. Question 10. Bernard, or Bernard Hausman, the Osborn's butler, is the father of which of these actors? A. Brad Dourif. B. Bill Paxton. C. John Malkovich. D. Daniel Day-Lewis. E.
All
Mel
of the above.
Gibson. Or F. Steve Buscemi.
Oh, I don't know this one.
I'm going more out of want instead of what I think it is.
Do you want me to repeat these answers?
Nope, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
Michelle really wants to bury you, Colin. She's really giving this thought.
I know.
I'm ready.
The score is so close.
It really is. It's close.
All right, guys. 3, 2, 1, show.
B.
C, John Malkovich, because I really want it to be John Malkovich.
The answer is B, Bill Paxton.
Let's freaking go.
I thought it was Bill Paxton, but I wanted it to be John Malkovich.
I wanted it to be Steve Buscemi. Like,
Yeah,
really
me
bad.
too.
Really?
All right, and bonus question, just to see.
Just to really rub the salt in the wound.
I am currently wearing my Spider-Man socks. A, true. B, false.
Yeah.
Write them down. Write them
All
down.
right.
Does anybody need the question repeated?
No.
Okay. And 3, 2, 1, show.
If it's not true,
True.
I mean,
True.
what are we doing here?
You both are wrong. I am not wearing my Spider-Man socks. I need to get a
How
pair.
could you?
Oh, you don't have a pair.
No, I just wanted a quick laugh.
Oh.
Damn it.
I was like, there's no way Josh has Spider-Man socks and isn't wearing them right now.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that you don't have any.
Especially considering I'm wearing my bone saw socks right now.
The score was 8-2.
Very close.
Michelle
It was
wins.
a good game. You gave a fair fight.
Michelle wins the first game of Cinema Pursuit. However, the next one will really show the true.
That's true.
The true winner.
True knowledge.
I'm just
Michelle,
doing
I'm so curious.
so much research.
to know which
I'm
ones
cliff
you know.
notings the next movie.
Which ones I like So, like, all of them that I got right, I saw in my research, except for Bill Paxton, was it?
Really? You saw all of those?
Except for the Bill Paxton one, yeah.
I
somehow didn't
down
see the Jake Gyllenhaal one,
amount.
even though that was a fun fact. Interesting.
Interesting.
So fucking pissed right now.
I thought I dove in a little. I mean, I did get some from the beginning, just because I thought Michelle would like look up like fun facts like on Google. I didn't know she would like go to IMDb for trivia. So that's my bad.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I didn't like pull most of those. Like I like briefly like looked over them and saw that like if I wanted to talk about them or not. So like they were in my mind somewhere. So that's why I like knew the answer to those. I
I'm upset there were no Nickelback questions.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
One of my questions I was thinking of doing was James Franco dyed his hair brown for the role. True or false?
He did, right?
He did. You saw that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Son of a bitch.
I would have said false. I thought he had brown hair.
It was like black, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that was fun for me.
That was great. Thanks so much, Josh.
Oh, I hope you guys
that.
enjoyed Cinema Pursuit.
Sweet victory. Yeah, next round,
I'm coming
definitely
so
be more even.
hard at it next time. You don't understand what's happening next time.
Well, if he's going to prepare, then I'm also going to
I'm going to learn everything.
Guys, it's going to be like all
It's
questions you couldn't even study. It's going to be like,
Oh, it's on.
it's going to be all my opinions.
What's my favorite line from this movie?
I might throw a couple of those in there.
What did I have for lunch today?
A Spider-Man sandwich.
A Spidey sandwich. A sandwich Rami.
Ugh. A Rami and cheese. I had a Rami Sammy.
And a Rami Sammy.
Well, Michelle, give us some more knowledge.
Yeah, let me lay on some more knowledge that some other fun facts I found, just so you know, the more you know. So, yeah, it was released in 2002, which was the year of Spider-Man's 40th anniversary. Sam Raimi was a popular choice with Sony for the director's gig because he was a huge comic book fan, comic book collector. I read that he has a collection of over 25,000 comics, which is insane.
Holy shit.
I wonder if he read them all.
Yeah, right? Like, that's a huge amount of comics. The development for like Spider-Man the movie started like 25 years before it was actually made. It took a long time to get this film made.
Wow.
I think there were a lot of like licensing and financial issues before they actually landed on like who was going to direct it, like what studio was going to have it, and all that. There were also like so many well-known directors who were being considered for this at some point, like Tim Burton, David Fincher, Chris Columbus, before Raimi was hired in 2000.
Yeah, I read all those too. I didn't want to put those in there.
Yeah, because those are like basic.
Yeah.
Sort of. One of my favorites that I think a lot of people have heard, the scene where Peter catches the lunch food on the tray. That's not CGI. So with the help of like they put sticky substances on the lunch tray.
Yeah, I knew. See, this is a thing I would have gotten. This is a question I would have gotten. They put adhesive on it.
But how would you ask that question though?
Did they put adhesive on the tray? True or false? Colin gets a point.
True or false? Yeah, it took I think 156 takes. He did it perfectly after 156
Oh my gosh.
takes. That's what it
That's
said.
like fucking. That's like The Shining level. Like
Yeah.
That's crazy.
how he made Shelley Duvall do it. What was like 127 takes of her going up the
yeah.
stairs.
It's a good workout.
The tray or the stairs?
Sure.
The stairs.
Yeah, who needs a stairmaster?
Just work with Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
Yep. Bonesaw, the wrestler Spider-Man Fights for Money, is played by real life wrestler Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh yeah, the best
actually-
wrestler ever.
He went by the name The Spider early in his career.
Damn, I saw that one too. Okay, Michelle, we're gonna have to talk next time.
Yeah. All right.
If
Man.
it was fucking Macho Man Randy Savage trivia, I would have wiped the floor with Michelle. I'm just saying.
All right. Oh, here's something that I thought. Okay, I read somewhere. I'm not sure how reliable the source is, but I read that they actually auditioned different spiders to find the perfect spider for the spider that they had in the film, and it's actually not a Black Widow spider. It's a Stetoda spider, which was like specifically chosen. And I guess like the costume designer or someone on the set painted the spider red and blue while it was under anesthesia.
Wow.
That
I don't know that
seems
much. I just knew
like
they painted it.
cruelty.
Like, how insane is
How
that?
do you put a spider under anesthesia?
And they did.
Beats me.
I think the majority of the spiders in the movie were imported from New Zealand.
Mm-hmm. I read that too.
Yeah.
Like,
God.
Did the spider really bite Toby?
nah.
That'd be incredible if
so.
they really made like a Black Widow bite him. And that would have to be
They're
the
like
last scene you shoot because Toby
Yeah,
dies
that
after
was
that.
the last. Yeah, that was the last scene of the day, and then everyone rushed to the hospital. Oh yeah, just like number stats. It was the first film to gross more than 100 million in 3 days, like its opening weekend. It had the highest weekend debut of 2002, totaling over like the total it made at the box office. I think was 825 million.
How much money did the Chad Kroger song make?
Beats me.
900
Probably
million.
a lot.
900
Really?
million. Yeah, made more than the movie.
Oh my god.
I'm lying.
Oh.
I have no idea how much money that song made.
Straight. I'm lying. That was good.
Oh, real quick, guys. This was a question I was toying with last minute, but I couldn't find many options. It was going to be, where was the rivalry between, or what was the rivalry between James Franco and Tobey Maguire based off of?
Oh, I read
Okay.
about that, but I don't remember what it was.
But I was trying to think of like options to give. So the rivalry. Wait, do you guys have another guess, or you want me to tell you?
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was because James had to dye his hair brown and Toby didn't. And
Nope.
James was really pissed.
James Franco refused to call him Tugboat Maguire, which. So, Tobey Maguire has requested that his coworkers call him Tugboat Maguire, and that is a real fact.
What?
Yeah, Tugboat Maguire. However, that isn't actually the answer. That's just a fun fact about Tobey Maguire. That's true, but James, that wasn't why their rivalry started.
Oh my god.
Wow.
James Franco was joking about his frog-like features.
Oh. Yeah, I do remember now.
And it deeply upset Tugboat Maguire.
Tugboat.
Fucking Tugboat. That froggy fuck.
How can you confidently request such a thing? Like, and I think he would get mad at people if they didn't. That was like a serious demand, I think.
Fucking Tugboat Maguire. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Wait, I mean, unless that nickname was given to him, I forget. I read that a long time ago, the Tugboat Maguire. I read that he requested people to call him that, but then
Oh, it's so funny.
this one I feel like people called it.
Can't stop laughing. He wants people to call him Tugboat Maguire.
Oh yeah. This article says 6 times Tobey Maguire had a public meltdown because nobody would call him Tugboat Maguire.
Their laugh, Colin's laugh is killing me.
Here, I have a couple of these incidents here. So at the
You're gonna kill me. Stop.
at the premiere
Stop.
at the premiere of the Cider House Rules in 1999,
No.
Toby I think I read this one a while ago. Toby famously tackled screenwriter and novelist John Irving to the ground
Christ.
when during the credits he saw he was listed as Tobey Maguire instead of Tugboat Maguire, resulting in a prolonged hospital stay for the for the National Book Award winner.
You're lying. You're lying.
No, I read that.
Are these Apple facts? Like,
No.
have I been punked?
I think I did read he attacked someone for not calling him that. I didn't know.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
Wait. So Willem Dafoe called him Tugboat Maguire?
no.
Is that what you're telling me?
No, I doubt anyone called him that on set of that. Oh man. Tobey Maguire refused to take the Teen Choice Awards stage in 2003 after Freddie Prinze Jr. introduced the Spider-Man star as Toby Tugboat. Toby repeatedly shouted, "It's Tugboat Toby, you shrew."
No, this didn't happen.
No way. There's just no way.
You're lying.
This has got to be a cruel joke.
One of Tobey Maguire's most notable blow-ups came just last October when a young fan on the street asked for an autograph and he responded by screaming, "I'm small but strong, just like a tugboat, so call me fucking Tugboat Maguire." How hard can that possibly be?
No. Stop. No.
Yeah, he's really adamant about this Tugboat Maguire business. Wow.
I'm shaken.
He was overheard screaming about how he paid Chase Bank $40,000 to get Tugboat Maguire printed on it. What?
Well, it's a good thing that they didn't hire Jake Gyllenhaal because I've heard he makes people call him Jake Gilboat on set. So,
oh, and then lastly, there's the infamous 2013 Vanity Fair interview. I mean, I can brief you guys on it.
Oh God.
They called him Toby, and then he and asked him a question, and he said, "You called me Toby again." "Yes, I did. That is your name. I told you very clearly that I'm going by Tugboat Maguire. I'm not going to call you Tugboat. I'm not asking you to be called Tugboat. I'm asking to be called Tugboat Maguire. You have to say the full thing. Let's continue with the interview. I'd be happy to just as soon as you call me Tugboat Maguire. Let's talk about the legacy of Seabiscuit. My publicist Donna should have alerted you to the fact that you have to call me Tugboat Maguire. Donna calls me Tugboat Maguire, and she doesn't have a problem with it. If Donna didn't prep you about calling me Tugboat Maguire, let me know, and I'll fire her right now. That won't be necessary. I'll fire her anyway. Donna, get in here." "Yes, Tugboat Maguire?" "You're fucking fired. Take a hike." "What?" "Toby, let's not do this here. It's fucking Tugboat Maguire, you shithead." I gotta watch that interview.
So,
what?
That can't be real. That one can't be real. There's
Josh,
no way.
I have a question. What website are you reading this on?
Oh, is it fake?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn.
I think, are you reading it on Clickhole?
Yeah.
Yeah, Clickhole's a satire
Josh.
site.
Damn.
You don't know about Clickhole?
I do not.
Oh,
Well, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the entertainment.
I got a kick out of Tugboat.
Ooh,
Maybe that's where I first read it. But I could have sworn I read it on another site where I was like looking up like celebrity assholes, and he was on there for being requested to be called Tugboat. Well, I am a little disappointed. I didn't.
Well, we're calling him Tugboat. I mean,
Yeah. Wow.
As I was reading the interview, I was like, this can't be true. There's no way. Is that all false? Do you think he ever requested to be called Tugboat?
no. I
That's
think
so-
that was started by
Yeah,
Clickhole.
I don't think so.
That is so upsetting. Well, Tobey Maguire, I am sorry, but I still hear you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I've heard not great things about him on set.
Oh, yeah. So, either way. All right. Well, that was fun. Thanks, Clickhole, for the entertainment. All right. Well, we got facts out of the way. We got cinema pursuit. I think we have another segment.
Oh, yes,
yes,
we do.
Yes. So, unfortunately, there aren't any Apple facts today for this episode. But that's because I discovered something while I was doing research for Apple facts. Josh, Michelle, are you familiar with a UK radio program called Masters of Acting?
No.
No, I don't think so.
So, from what I can gather, so I was doing research for my Apple Facts, and I came across this radio program, and it's actually, they take like scenes, like they'll take like a specific scene from a movie, and they'll actually get like well-known actors to come in and read the scenes, right? And I think it's from the UK. It's a little weird because, like, it's like an older show, you know, early 2000s, whatever. So the audio isn't great on it, but it's kind of weird because, like, the host has, like, a really weird accent. It's almost like he's faking it, you know? I don't know if this is, like, a clickhole situation or something, but, like, so basically I trimmed up the audio a bit. Like, it's like an hour-long program, right? I trimmed it up a bit, and they actually did a scene from Spider-Man in one of the episodes.
What?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
So, we're going to listen to that right
Oh, my God.
now.
Welcome to Masters of Acting. I am your host, Wayne Kerr. Today we will be exploring truly one of the most delicate scenes ever put to film with a few of the finest actors of our time. But first, let me set the scene for you. It is a gorgeous New York weekday. The sun shines brightly outside of the Daily Bugle. The New York City landmark, the Flatiron Building, is the real-world counterpart for this building. Just prior to this scene, Spider-Man and the newly named Green Goblin found themselves intertwined in fisticuffs at a very public outdoor gala. While Spider-Man was able to win this first round, the villainous creature scurried away and is on the hunt to find his arachnid-based foe. I shall, as always, be reading the scene direction for our upcoming scene, and I think you will find I put my own little spin on the directions.
Oh, boy.
Our actors today are none other than the peerless Marlon Brando, the incomparable Ray Romano, and the unsurpassed Ian McDiarmid.
No.
Now, let's act. Interior, Jameson's office, late day. Jonah Jameson is in his office, holding a lit cigar and admiring the front page of his newspaper. Peter Parker sits opposite. They are engaged in a duel of not only wits and words, but philosophies as well.
Spider-Man wasn't attacking the city, he was trying to save it. That's slander.
No, it's not. I resent that slander is spoken. In print, it's liable.
You don't trust anybody, that's your problem.
I trust my barber.
Peter sits in disbelief, showing all of the emotion of a newborn baby bird just opening his eyes for the first time. Jameson flicks the half-smoked stogie out of the window with the force of a man who had a full breakfast. Peter exits the room with disdain. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, the cigar soars back through the open window from which Jameson had just flung it. It sits neatly on a fresh copy of the Daily Bugle, symbolizing the reputation of the salacious tabloid being akin to a discarded piece of rubbish. The gobsmacked chuffer of a newspaperman sits up in his chair. Then, with the grace of a prize-winning mare, the Green Goblin enters through a small, understated explosion he creates in the wall with his glider. He grabs Jameson by the throat with one hand, and with the strength of an ox shot upon steroids, scoops him clear off the ground, his glider subtly hovering over the flames engulfing the edge of the office. Peter's eyes pop open wide. He is a newborn deer in this scene, working out and processing the information as such. Our hero must act, but to do so must first escape into the chaos of the fleeing crowd.
Jameson, you slime! Who's the photographer who takes the pictures of Spider-Man?
I don't know who he is. His stuff comes in the mail.
You're lying!
I swear.
Oh, he's the one who can bring me to him!
I don't know who he is.
You're useless, you!
Goblin brings his right fist back, ready to strike Jameson's head clean off his neck. This man is a blubbering toddler in the midst of the Goblin. A small, petty man with a ridiculous mustache and hairstyle, and he wasn't even that good in Whiplash.
Sit him down, tough guy.
Speak of the devil!
Spider-Man, I knew you two were in this together.
Alas, our glorious hero has arrived. It is Spider-Man, as he slides down his web upside down almost as if he is taunting the goblin, not only with his words, but with his actions as well. Goblin turns this glider around, unceremoniously discarding the overrated Jameson on the floor. A web flies towards Jameson's mouth. Mercifully, we no longer have to hear the blathering of that talentless hack. He is free to shill for another insurance commercial.
Hey, kiddo, let Mom and Dad talk for a minute, will ya?
Goblin employs a mist from his wrists.
Sleep! Deborah. Ice Age.
The gas is enough to permeate Spider-Man's mask. The patriotic hero falls from the window. End scene. Well, if that was not a wonderful bit of acting, then I do not know what is. Join us next time on Masters of Acting, and please, have a wonderful evening.
Hey guys, what's up? So what do we think of Masters of Acting?
Very, very well done.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's a professional broadcast. It was a professional broadcast over in the UK, so
That's crazy.
I don't know how they got Marlon Brando.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, when did Marlon Brando die?
Yeah. Maybe like, it's got to be like 2003 or 2004.
2004. So yeah, he probably, the movie came out, they did it like a year later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
My favorite part was the Ray Romano.
Yeah.
I mean, Ray's great.
When Goblin said you're lying.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it almost kind of makes you think, like, what would have happened if they cast Ray Romano as the Green Goblin?
Well, a better film. Come on.
Obviously. I mean,
Yeah.
Marlon Brando, Ian McDiarmid, I mean, come on.
And can I just say, some of those stage directions, he's
Yeah, that guy was
a
kind of...
newborn deer.
Yeah.
That, I mean,
I think...
it's just...
I think the host, Wayne Kerr, I think he seemed like he had something against J.K. Simmons. I don't know if you picked up on that.
Definitely.
I feel like he wasn't a fan. I wonder if there are more episodes, if like that would be explored or something. I don't know.
I'd be interested to hear that. Yeah, I gotta check out more.
Yeah, so I thought we could do that, instead of Apple Facts. We'll always do Apple Facts, but
Yeah, right.
yeah, I found it. It was incredible. Yeah, you never know what you'll find on the internet, I guess.
Truly. What a hidden gem.
Yeah, thank you, Colin.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Of
Thank
course.
you.
I mean, I didn't do anything. I just found it. Do we want to get into the review?
Wow. Yes.
I hope, last thing I want to say, I hope this Masters of Acting, I hope they do something with Crispin Glover.
You know what? There might be something involving Crispin Glover in the future.
Oh boy.
Who knows? We'll see if we can get. We'll see if they got Crispin's schedule lined up to record any
I
lines.
can imagine he's too busy right now.
You wouldn't think so.
All right, guys. Review time with Spider-Man. I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say as adults now about this film. I could talk about this film for days. It's one of the funniest movies I have ever seen. I think the whole trilogy is like, I mean, if you don't want to consider them comedies, then what are you doing watching them? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
These are so funny beyond belief. And it might be my weird sense of humor. It's probably just, not meant to be, but gotta give it to Tugboat.
There are so many weird choices in this movie.
It's just,
First off,
go ahead.
the intro music is still awesome. Like, I still love the music and everything, like the soundtrack and all that. It's Danny Elfman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, he's great. However, I did time from the time that Spider-Man came up on the screen, the word Spider-Man, to the point of where Tobey started speaking, like the movie properly starts. It's 2 minutes and 15 seconds of just credits. That's insane.
They used to spend a lot of time on those credits.
Yeah, I
like,
actually
a lot.
love
So
opening
much.
credits. I don't know why, but I always liked.
Especially when they put like, a few million in the budget for it. I mean, my God.
It's just like you think HBO has like long intros for their shows. Nothing. It doesn't compare to Spider-Man.
It's because it's like a whole like film in and of itself. It's like a whole spectacle, like just the credits. I mean, they really go all out. I wonder what that was.
It's basically a short film. Yeah, because the movie, let's be honest, the movie's long enough without it.
Oh, yeah. You don't need to tack on time.
Quite long.
It's so unnecessary. Like, they weren't padding for time. That was a conscious decision that they made.
Oh, wait, real quick. Did I read something about Flash Thompson getting paid $100 to do to?
Yeah, so it's Joe Manganiello, right? Plays Flash Thompson.
Something,
and the crew, one of the members of the crew, or like the crew got together or something, and offered him like $100 to actually the scene where Peter and Flash fight to actually like hit him.
Yeah, and
like, as hard as he
didn't want to, right?
Because the crew fucking hated him. Yeah, he was like, nah, like he's not gonna do that to like the star of the movie. But yeah, like the crew hated Tobey so much.
Ooh.
When I first read that,
they hated Tugboat.
Tugboat.
There you go. But when I first read that, I thought they were saying Flash got paid by the studio $100 for his role. I was like, wow, what? And then I read.
That's shitty.
Yeah.
I feel like he read. I mean, what am I saying? I feel like I read that he like accidentally clipped him like in one of the takes.
Willem Dafoe.
Like on the chin.
Well, it was in one of their fights.
What I was reading. You're right. Yeah.
Ray Romano wouldn't have clipped him.
No, not at all. But oh my God, let's not underestimate Willem Dafoe. I mean, listen, as great as he is hilarious in this. I mean, there's a lot of overacting in this movie. It's like, but it's so great and it's so fun. I mean, when he shouts, "You know how much I sacrificed," I crack up every time. Like
when he comes into the scene and says, "It's time to die," I was laughing for like 2 minutes. Like that. I just love that. It's so funny.
I love when he's like, "Back to formula," and he's like.
I like the guy that
because he does
to
it the
revive
first
him.
time. He does it like the first time, right? When he's like, and it's like actually a pretty good take when he's like bewildered that the other guy would like step over him like that. He's like, "Back to formula." Like that's a pretty good take. And then as the Goblin, he's like, "Back to formula."
I will say, Spider-Man has like one of the scariest parts in like any movie. I mean, oh my God, do you guys know what I'm talking about?
When he's trapped to the chair?
No. So when he's passed out on the ground and Harry wakes him up and he said and he says
yes. Oh
and he says last night I was and then it flashes to his like eyes roll back.
Yeah.
I guess Sam Raimi had to throw in some of his horror movie touch.
Ooh, that
Well, he does it more in the second one from what I remember.
Oh yeah.
There's a very specific scene in the second one that's like so Sam Raimi, but we're not talking about that one right now.
Very very throwback.
Oh yeah, and it's like the best scene in the movie for me. But yeah, he definitely like. I think we talked about this with Tim Burton and Pee-wee too. Like there are kind of like glimpses of the Sam Raimi horror, Evil Dead stuff kind of peeking through, but this feels more. It's weird because some of it feels so out of touch and corporatized, and some of it seems like an uncompromised vision of Sam Raimi, and it's like they're fighting each other in this movie almost, you know? Like there are some weird choices. Like when they're at the assembly or the field trip, Harry and Norman pull up in like a car from the 50s. It's like, what? Get a different car. Like, what is going on? Everyone looks 30. The teacher looks younger than the students.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Aunt May's 1,000 years old.
Oh, and counting. Like,
oh my God. Yeah, there was I wrote down as I was watching it, like there was a moment where I was like, oh, like these people are supposed to be in high school. Like they look so old.
I don't know why.
It's like not another teen movie bad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I don't know what it was about Tobey Maguire that they wanted so bad. I mean, he was 26 and he looked it. Like Tom Holland's 24, but he looks like he's 16. Like I don't know.
It got baby face.
He wasn't like that great of an actor. I mean, he was big, sure, but he wasn't like for Spider-Man. I mean, I don't know, if I'm doing a Spider-Man movie and it took 25 years to prep for, you better believe I'm going to do it right. Especially if I own 25,000 comics, I'm going to like really like handle like, I don't know.
Okay. Here's a question for you.
Sure.
Do you think they Truman showed Tobey Maguire into this role? Since it took 25 years to make, Tobey was what, 25, 26 when this got shot?
Mm-hmm.
I think they Truman showed him.
Ooh.
They grew him for this role.
Truman Show was based on a true story. I didn't know that.
It's based on it was actually originally called the Tugboat story. Tugboat Show.
Yeah, there's just a lot of goofy parts in this movie. A lot. And it's really, like, as good as some of the parts are, like, when you look back at, like, 2002, you know, you can respect a lot of it, but there's, like, a lot of dated, like, there's a lot, it's aged. The screenplay is not, like, it's it's so corny, and it's like, I don't know.
Well, I do think there are positives to this movie. And I think the strongest element that worked for me upon rewatch is they really do show why Peter decides to become a hero. Like, that really, like, we all know the speech, like, with great power comes great responsibility, but he's a shithead when he gets his powers. He's just a shit. He wants to impress the girl, he wants to get money, he's a shithead. And then Uncle Ben dies and he's like, well, fuck. Like, I've screwed the pooch here. Like, now it's time to like be an adult and be a hero. That, I think, plays still really well. I think all of that plays really well.
Oh yeah.
What doesn't play well is every time Kirsten Dunst says a line,
don't get me started.
It's not like her performance is bad, but her dialogue is dog shit. She says a line, quote, when they're at the field trip and he's taking pictures of her, she says, "Don't make me look ugly."
That's impossible.
Yeah.
is a real line a human says. Apparently, is a real thing a human says. Remember when he told her that he cried like a baby when she played Cinderella?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the first grade.
Everything, Mary Jane's character so dog shit in this movie. Everything about her is the worst. She's the worst representation of a woman ever. She's constantly caring about her looking ugly or what Harry thinks, and it's just this woman. Stop it.
Let me just go on a little rant here about Mary Jane Watson in the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans. I can't stand her. Like, she's such a piece of shit to Harry. It's like it's unreal, and he doesn't he doesn't deserve it. Like, he likes the girl, and she's just so like unreasonable. I mean, and that's throughout the whole trilogy. That's like the main, like, she's just unreasonable to everyone, especially Tobey Maguire. But like in the first one, she's just like, she's unfair. I mean, like, all right, hold on. Let me just play the movie in my head real quick.
Well, there was a moment that stuck out to me was when Thanksgiving dinner, Norman storms out and then Harry goes after him and was like, you know, like Harry's like, I really like this girl and everything. And Norman's, you know, like, he basically tells him that she's a gold digger. But Harry does say something like, you know, you don't know her or something like that. And then Harry comes back in and she goes, thanks for standing up to me. And it's like, he did. He did stand up for you.
Yeah, and maybe she didn't hear it, but yeah, he says this girl's really important to me. She didn't hear that, and he says,
what the fuck?
And he says you're wrong about her. Like, he does stick up for her. You can't do You can't do much. Norman literally closes the gate. You can't really say much to your dad, and he comes in upset. It's not like he comes in like nonchalant. He comes in upset, and you're already attacking him. Like, give the guy a break. He just said you're really important to him. Are you kidding me? And then fucking Aunt May, I can't stand her. Oh my god, like, he's like trying to like say, he says the creep is my father, you know, and he says keep your mouth shut about things you don't understand. It's not that bad. Like, she's being rude to him, and then Aunt May is like, she's like, Harry Osborn, how dare you? Can this guy catch a break? Like,
when she smacks Norman's hand away, that pissed me off. It's like, listen, I get you don't want his like fingers in the casserole, but you don't get to smack someone's hand away.
Well,
that's bullshit.
Let's also understand she smacks his hand and his finger goes more into the dish just because you did that. So thanks, Aunt May.
And then he licks his fingers really creepily.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't stand Mary Jane like screaming in terror in every scene. It's just annoying. Like, take care of yourself a little bit. I don't know. She's just so
Hey, do you know what the best place to hit on someone is? Where that is? It's at the funeral of your best friend's father. That's the best place to hit on someone.
Yeah, it's not that great. There's good things about this film that I can pick, but I think the goofiness and the corniness really outweighs the positives. But with that being said, I love this film. I can watch it over and over. And like I said earlier, it might be for the wrong reasons. It's because I get such a kick out of it. It's just, but there are a couple really good scenes. Like, I mean, the Uncle Ben death is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a really emotional scene, and it's acted very well, I think.
I even like the wrestling when he's getting paid scene.
Yeah.
And the guy comes in. I think that's done really well.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Yeah.
It's great.
And the way that the guy says thanks is so earnest. He's like, thanks.
Really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I have some notes here. I have written down, I haven't seen a newspaper drive the plot this much since Citizen Kane.
Yeah, wow.
We just talked about the scene when he's running out with all the money and the cop chastises Peter. Dude had a fucking gun. I'm sorry, what? You don't know he's a superhero. The guy had a gun. You don't get to criticize someone for you being bad at your job.
I was thinking the same thing watching that. I was like, that man is holding like a loaded gun and you're yelling at a bystander. Like,
Peter won the science award, just the generic science award. Wasn't named after anyone. J.K. Simmons is pretty good. I mean, It's all overacting. Oh, I will say this. So when we're talking about performances in this movie, it's all, cheesy overacting, right? For the most part. However, there is a cameo in this movie from an excellent actress.
Octavia Spencer.
And she's fucking great, and she has like 2 lines. And it's like the most realistic anyone's in the movie.
Yeah.
Like she plays that scene. It's like acting off of cardboard with Tugboat, and she nails it.
Yeah.
This was before the Octavia Spencer craze, though. Like, this was before she was really recognized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. However, she is really good. She's one of those actors working right now where I'm starting to get a little tired of because she's in everything. It's the same thing I have a problem with a lot of actors. Like, I'm not sold on Timothée Chalamet yet. He's in a lot, but like, I don't know.
Shalmster.
I feel like
he makes everyone on set call him the Shalmster.
The thing with Octavia Spencer, though, from what I've seen her in, the movies I've seen her in, I think she acts very similar to a lot of her roles. And, where she might be good, I don't know. I see Octavia Spencer in almost everything she's in. So
true,
it's
but
the same.
So does Robert De Niro.
No, but that's...
So does Joe Pesci.
Well, yeah, Joe Pesci is very limited, but he's very good at what he does. Like, but Robert De Niro, I mean, he has range. I mean... Oh, yes, he does. Raging Bull. Come on.
Yeah, that's like probably his, yeah.
I'm not counting Mob Robert De Niro. Yes, because that's
like half of his movies.
It's not, though. Like he's in a lot of really good stuff. Like, before.
He's only ever been in mob movies and Meet the Parents.
I mean, Taxi Driver, right?
Yeah,
Taxi Driver.
He's great. Actually, okay. Now that I'm thinking about it, because he's fucking incredible in King of Comedy.
Yeah, like he's...
All right, I take that back. Joe Pesci.
There you go.
I stand by Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
I stand by Joe Pesci and Al Pacino from Scent of a Woman to present.
I still never saw Scent of a Woman.
Well, it's... have you seen Al Pacino in the last 5 years?
Yeah, is it that?
It's that performance.
That's stupid.
It's all of it. It's what he's done the whole time.
I love Al Pacino.
That's his hoo-ah face.
In Dog Day Afternoon. That's like prime Pacino. I don't know if you guys saw it.
No, I've seen Heat.
I didn't.
Wait, really?
Does Heat count?
Wait, you guys never saw that?
No, I've seen Heat. Does Heat count?
No, Heat doesn't count.
But he's great in Heat. So is Robert De Niro.
All right, yeah, we're strayed away here from Spider-Man. We like there's a lot to say about Spider-Man, but I know, we could go on all day. Are there any other
Macy Gray?
Huh?
Macy Gray?
Who's Macy Gray?
Isn't that her name, Macy Gray? Or is it Macy Grace?
In Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Who's that?
She's the singer at the parade.
Oh yeah.
All right. You got me.
I mean, she had like one big song. It's the most like early 2000s thing in the movie, I think.
Wait a minute. Guys, let's just talk about the stupidity. Okay. The parade, right? He does his little Superman thing. Hello, this is a big secret, buddy. Why are you ripping off your clothes in the biggest, like, in the grand scheme of things? You're literally, like, Spider first. Come on. Like, I get you want to do, like, a cool thing there, but just, like, be realistic to the character, okay? This is not something you want to do right now. I don't know. I don't know what that was all about. That's like...
Yeah, but then Goblin goes, out, am I? And then he turns him on the skeletons.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I love the skeletons.
It's pretty fucking dope.
It's so great.
Harry gets knocked out in 2 seconds. Something fucking falls on him, and then he's just... Harry's just useless throughout this whole movie. I guess that's the trilogy.
Mary Jane's outfit was pretty bad. I'll be honest.
Oh, that's cultural appropriation.
I didn't like it.
Definitely racist.
Yeah.
The kiss, though, the upside-down kiss, that's a very iconic kiss. I mean, talking
Super
about good
iconic.
things.
Very good scene.
Oh, yeah, Mary Jane almost gets fucking raped in this movie.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? I mean, that's such a weird thing to be in, like, a... It's like, what is this? Is this rated PG or PG-13?
PG-13.
PG-13.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I can get away with it a little more. But, hey, how come Goblin has an old lady scream? Or has an old lady crying? Like, what is that?
I don't know.
What's he doing? Is that his voice? Does he do an impression?
I
Is it
don't
in
know.
his suit?
I don't know.
Is it a part of the suit that Oscorp invested billions of dollars in?
I'm
that it
gonna
has
need
an old
this
lady scream
at
in
some
it?
point to mask my voice to trick Spider-Man. That was the goal when he added that in there.
Yep.
So he starts that fire with the sole purpose just to draw Spider-Man out, right?
I mean, yeah.
Like, there's no other big thing about
no.
it.
But that's fine.
When Spider-Man escapes, why doesn't Green Goblin just go down there and start killing people?
I
so
don't
that Spider-Man
know.
has to come back and stop him. He just leaves, and Goblin's like, "Well, I burned a building for nothing."
What does he say? He says no one says no to me. And then he bursts up in flames. Like hell just like engulfs his face.
Which, by the way, people are saying no to Norman the entire movie.
Oh yeah, does Green Goblin have super hearing? You ever when he hears the blood gush on the floor?
I think so.
When Peter's like hanging up on the ceiling and he has the cut on his arm.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
he walks away and hears the ksh. I'm like, really? Are you? That was a supersonic hearing. What?
Hey, he had to beat an old lady with a stick for that cranberry sauce.
Oh yeah, I got clipped by one of those bike messengers.
Such a bullshit lie. Make up a better lie. You work for a tabloid magazine. Make up a better lie. Like,
Yo, Aunt May blew up his shit. Oh my god, let me take a look at that. Oh my god. Let me roll up your sleeve. He's trying to
it's real lucky he didn't like web it up. You know?
Yeah.
Because that would have been dead giveaway. Everyone at the table would have been like, "You're Spider-Man."
Yeah, I think Willem Dafoe is he's still probably him and J.K. Simmons are like the top in this movie.
Oh,
However, that's not really going off much. Tobey has good moments though. Like he has some good moments in this movie.
James Franco does not.
No.
He's so bad in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, him and Kirsten Dunst are just not good in this. I mean, she's bad.
Yeah, I love that they're in the biggest city in the world and Peter and MJ just happen to run into each other.
Wait, say it again?
Outside the diner. Oh, biggest city
yeah.
in the world, and they just run into each other outside the diner.
Yeah.
That happens all the time.
I love her boss.
Michelle, you lived in New York. You just ran into everyone you knew all the time, right?
All the time. Yep.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, then your boss yelled at you for stealing money from the cash
boss is
register or
great.
something.
Excuse me, Miss Watson. I'm talking to you. There was another thing I was gonna add. Oh wait, what did we say right before the
Well, while you think, I could talk about the fact that a billionaire tech guru drinks Maker's Mark, and that's what my roommate bought in college. It was Maker's Mark. We had a bottle of Maker's Mark in our in our apartment. So, you know, billionaire, college student, same thing. His eyes, Green Goblin's eyes, come up for some reason.
Yeah.
Just so,
don't know why.
Just so Willem Dafoe could do some eye acting, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. J.K. Simmons is great. Sam Raimi loves his zoom-ins.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite part is when Harry and Peter get gifted an apartment in the city.
Oh, I know. My God.
I do kind of like that Peter's such like a fucking loser though, that none of the girls like him. Like, he's so awkward around Elizabeth Banks, and it's like, yeah, it makes sense she's not interested, because come on.
Shit, guys. Oh, it was like, I know what I was going to say too. I was going to say my favorite line. It was like a line that I was going to mention. Fuck.
I liked when Norman asked Peter why he spilled his beans.
That's good.
Oh, can we talk about the rapists again? So there are two rapists chasing Mary Jane down the street, and then all of a sudden, bam, two more rapists at the side of this. What? Was this coordinated? They're like, well, it's a rainy night. We better go get our raping on. Like, what? What is this? What is happening?
All right, guys. So, one of my favorite lines and moments from the movie that I crack up at is the Flash Thompson fight scene when Tugboat says, "I don't want to fight you, Flash," and he says, "I won't want to fight me neither." I lose it every single time.
Yeah, it's kind of a badass line though.
And his friend says, "Kick his ass, man."
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he fucking wusses out right away.
Yep.
Do one backflip and he's like, I'm out.
And then when he punches him and he slides into the teacher definitely dumps the food on him on purpose. Like it's
he's like, fuck flat. He's like, fuck this kid.
Oh man. Good stuff.
This kid's been at this school for 10 years.
How did you guys feel about the webs coming out of his wrist as opposed to him making it?
Very controversial.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, Sam Raimi talked about why he did that. He said he said it just kind of like doesn't seem believable that a teenage high school kid is gonna make this like thing to shoot these strong ass webs out of. But I don't know, so that's why he went with the wrist coming out of the wrist.
I like the webs, like, because like I didn't know anything about the comics or anything, so like this was my first like introduction to Spider-Man. So like when the new ones came out and they had them like made, I was like, oh, that's not right.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like it being made. Like, I like it being a thing attached rather than some weird ass. I don't even know. I still don't know how it works. Like, how does it come out of his wrist?
Yeah, I like it more that he's a guy who has to build it, and it's not just boom, he has it.
Yeah,
you know, like it kind of makes an extra layer. Yeah, and why is it that position? It comes out of it that way.
Exactly.
Just because it's like the comics. Yeah, I mean, we could like rail on like the CGI too, but that's kind of no fun, right? Like, it's an old movie.
Yeah.
It has bad CGI sometimes.
Yeah, no, I don't care. Like, the CGI is like not the top of the.
Other than the skeletons.
Love them.
So what else do we have to say? Oh, there is one more thing I kind of wanted to bring up. Was the bridge sequence. Obviously, this movie came out in 2002. I don't know if you guys are aware of the original teaser trailer for Spider-Man. Takes place, and he webs up, what is it, a helicopter or something in between the Twin Towers, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, the Twin Towers fell in 2001. So the scene where, like, all of the people on the bridge are throwing stuff at Green Goblin, that felt like that was added on to kind of be like, oh, we're New Yorkers and we're strong together, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, that didn't feel like it was originally in the movie. Like, it felt like, oh no, we're all together, we're all the same. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
You think that was put in like afterwards?
I think so. That's my theory.
Yeah, I've read stuff about the Twin Towers in like the original trailer or something like that, and I think it was something regarding that and like taking it out.
Oh, Michelle. When they are fighting, they go from the bridge to this abandoned, broken down thing. Where's that?
I don't know.
I mean, you lived in New York. I thought you would know.
Oh, hold on.
Is
let
that a
me
real
see.
place? Or is it bullshit? Because it could easily just be bullshit.
I mean, it's probably a real place. Oh, I don't remember what it looks like.
It's like all broken down and like everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Where is that? Since you know so much about Spider-Man trivia.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. I don't know where it is.
Well, guess you don't know everything about Spider-Man. I don't know. Just final thoughts. Maybe the worst Willem Dafoe performance.
I mean,
it's great in like a campy way, but if we're being serious, it's kind of a drop off from like Last Temptation of Christ to this. You know, it's kind of not the same level.
yeah, I mean, but you know, he's so good in like so many things. So like to say this is his worst isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like what he says. Think about it, hero. And then he glides away.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot in this movie that just doesn't. It's just questionable, to say the least.
What's with the cut when he's like, it's so fucking Sam Raimi, with the cut between when the glider's coming, and it's like the wide shot, the glider's coming, and then it's just like, oh, and it's like cuts back, and it's like, why is this?
Love it. I love the O.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't fit at all.
Yeah, I also love the O too.
He fucks up
Like
so
he's about
bad.
to die and just goes,
He just.
oh.
So soft.
That's hilarious. It's so defeated. It's just.
So, do we want to get into scores?
Yeah, I definitely have to think a little bit.
Okay, Michelle, do you have a score ready, locked and loaded, in your web slinger?
Oh boy. Yes, I do. So, I love this movie. You know, all the things considered. I'm gonna give it a 73
Wow.
out of 97.
Wow.
Are you shocked it was that high or that low, Colin?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Shocked it was that
confused.
high.
Hi, okay.
Well, I think Michelle is factoring in how much she enjoyed it as well. I think she's kind of like mixing them, so that might have been what gave it that extra push.
Yeah.
However, I'm gonna stand back a little bit. Again, when I rate movies, it's a little bit more objective than what I personally enjoy, because you guys don't want to know what I would rate this on pure enjoyment. Oh man, that's an easy birth date right there. But
Oh, man.
birth year, I should say. But I'm gonna give this film. I'm gonna give it a solid 64, 6.4. There are some good things in this movie, but there's more not so good. So, you know, it's 6.4 is not bad.
All right. So here's the thing. I feel like if I didn't rewatch the movie, I would have had a very high score of this. I know I had a pretty high opinion of this movie going into it, and it's not good. I give it a 58 out of 94.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's definitely fair.
So for Michelle, that comes out to a 75.3%. For Josh, a 67.4%. And for me, a 61.7%. So, you know, we're all, we're in the same kind of range, I feel.
Cool, guys. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed it at least, which I'm sure everyone did. I definitely had a blast, as I always do every time I watch a Sam Raimi Spider-Man. If you liked what you heard, please rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, and you can always find us wherever podcasts are found. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, etc. You can always follow us on Millennial Milkshake on Instagram, on Twitter at MilkBasedPod, and we also have a Facebook page you can follow too. As far as our personal social medias, you can follow Colin on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at The Last Call spelled COL. You could follow Michelle on Instagram at Michelle Thoughts the way you think, and you can follow myself on Instagram at Joshi_124. Joshi spelled with an IE. So, I hope you all enjoyed tonight's episode, and thank you, Colin and Michelle, for joining me.
Thank you, Josh and Michelle, for joining me.
Thank you, Josh and Colin, for joining me.
Tugboat out.
Stay creamy.